All right, so this is brief exercise 6-9, and this is where you have Morgan, who is investing $9,069 at the end of each year. Oh, that should key right now. I think we're dealing with an annuity, end of each year. Oh, and it's probably an ordinary one because it's not at the beginning. That earns 5% interest. In how many years will the fund be at 100,000? So when we look at this, do we need to know the present or the future? Well, we know that 9069 is kind of the present and 100 is the future. So in this case, we know both. So we know both. Single sum or an annuity, well, it does use the word each year. So it's ordinary because it's at the end of each year. Number of periods, oh, how many years? That's what we need to know. All right. Appropriate interest rate, 5%. Okay, so this is the problem we have here. And so what we want to know is, we know that 9,069 times the future value factor of an ordinary annuity, n equals question mark at 5% is going to equal 100,000. So that's the hard part, is just setting up the problem. But it makes sense. This times the future value factor will give us that. Okay. So then to figure out what the factor is, we're going to take the 100,000, just basically doing the math here, divided by the 9069. And so when we do that, we get the 100,000 divided by the 9069, and that gives us a factor. And so now we want to go to the future value of the ordinary annuity table, okay? And we know the interest rate, so we'll go over to 5%, and then we'll go down until we see that factor, 11.02, whatever's the closest to it, and we'll basically find out that it will come out to 9 years, okay? So that's one way to set up the problem. As I say, if it makes more sense to you to set it up as a present value, you can do that as well. Okay, so that's 6-9. I'd also like to look at brief exercise 6-11. This one is a good one to know how to work with. So let's look at 6-11. Leon has a Visa balance. Okay, you know you never run a Visa balance. You never run a credit card balance because it's like, as I tell my own kids, it's like flushing money down the toilet. Oh yeah, okay. So you want that money to work for you. You run up the bill, but you pay it every month, and then you have had the use of the money, not the Visa card. Okay. So Leon's back to the problem now. Visa balance, $793.15. He can pay it off in 12 equal end of the month payments. What interest rate is he paying? Okay, so when we start to look at this, what they're asking for, what interest rate? So do we need to know the future or the present? We need to know the interest rate. Okay, that's what we need to know. Single sum or an annuity? Well, it's 12 equal end of the month payments. That's an annuity we're dealing with. And it is ordinary, because it's at the end of each month. Number of periods is 12. Okay, we've got that. And they're asking for what is the interest rate. So that's what we need to know. So setting up the problem here, yeah, this would be an instance where we actually know both of them. We are dealing with an ordinary annuity, 12, and this. Okay, because we've got the 793 is the balance, and we've got all the payments. So if you want to set it up the way I've been setting them up. That's what we would do. Okay, so now we're going to take the 75 payment times the future value factor of an ordinary annuity, and it is question mark number of for the interest rate. Okay, so it would be 12 periods and then question mark for the interest rate. So times that factor is going to equal the 793.15. Okay, so that's how you would set this up, and then we would divide. I'm just going to go over here. You divide that 793.15 by the 75, and that gives you 10.5753, which is the future value factor. So now you go to the future value of an ordinary annuity table. You go to n equals 12 because it's 12 payments, and you go across, and you find that you're paying 2% per month. Okay, 2% per month, which comes out to 24% per year. Okay, you do not want to be paying interest of that amount. That's why you don't run up credit card balances, and that's why I do this problem. Okay.